Hey everybody, this is Joe Proulx, and welcome to Joe Proulx Music Reviews. Weezer is a power pop alternative rock group that has been around since like 1992. This is their latest full-length album, and I'm not going to go over all of their back catalog. I will just say that I love Blue, I love Pinkerton. I actually like Maladroit quite a bit too, and there are a couple albums that I think are, kind of like a little bit like hidden gems, like the Green album a little bit, the Red album for sure, and Hurley. I do think that they have their really bad moments, but I'm a pretty big fan of the group. And their last album that came out in 2014, titled Everything Will Be Alright in the End, was pretty dang good. Yeah, I liked it a lot. I liked the great songwriting on this record, some of their best songs in years, as I feel like Everything Will Be Alright in the End just got better as it went along, and plus I think it was very consistent and had some of the band's really most interesting tracks lyrically ever. Songs like Eulogy for a Rock Band, Cleopatra, Foolish Father, and also there was the closing kind of instrumental thing that was really long for the band. It was an incredibly ambitious album for Weezer, and it got me excited to listen to this thing when the single started dropping, and I'm just going to tell you guys what I think of it right now. If you don't want to listen to the entire review, this review isn't going to be long anyway, but case in point, I like it. I do think it's a solid album for Weezer. Do I love it? Not really. I don't love it, but I do like it quite a bit. It shows Weezer doing their usual thing for the most part. They try out some new things on here, or some things they haven't tried out in a while, and I think it goes over pretty dang well. I think this is a solid follow-up to their last record. Are old fans gonna like this? Probably not all of them, because there are some moments on here where I'm like, okay, this is probably not going to sit well with the guys who think these guys are, oh yeah, these are my heavy pop rock group. With some of the moments on here, they kind of do a song on here that I'll get to that totally sounds like Island in the Sun, or just kind of that vibe on one of the tracks on the front end of this album. So obviously that song doesn't sit well with everyone. And one big thing that happens on this record on a few tracks is this influx of piano and keyboards and some added instrumentation, which it actually kind of helps some of these songs. And I know that the phone's there. I have the set list here, that's why I have the phone here. But let's just talk about my favorite tracks from the beginning of the album to the bottom of the album. California Kids, not one of my favorites, but I kind of like it. It's alright. It's got kind of like a usual Weezer opening track, if you will. The track Wind in Our Sail is one of my favorites on the record. I mean, just the melody on the chorus here, I think is fantastic. I mean, the wind in our sail, it was, yeah, on first listen, it hooked me in. And the kind of piano rock kind of vibe on this track, the piano pop rock vibe, actually goes over really well on this track. The track Thank God for Girlz is another one of my favorites on the record, one of the singles to drop before this thing came out. It's not amazing, but I do like the ambition that went into this track instrumentally, with the organ and the keys and the different drum beat and the guitar leads on the chorus, how explosive the chorus on this track is. I thought it was good. Sue me. The track Girl, We Got a Good Thing, which is the track I think kind of takes that Island in the Sun kind of vibe, goes over really well too. I think it's a great freaking acoustic track. I mean, it's kind of cheesy, but it's a good type of cheese. I like that kind of cheese. And the track Do You Want to Get High? If Getting High would have every single Weezer track from now on sound as Pinkerton as this one does, maybe. I like the track. That's all I'm gonna say. But when we get into the second half of this thing, there's not as many good tracks, unfortunately. The track King of the World is kind of forgettable, just not all that great. And the tracks Summer, Elaine, and Drunk Dory Okay, first of all, absurd song title. Second of all, this song has like no flow to it. Like the instrumental parts, I mean, they are similar instrumentation, I guess, but like the chord progressions totally do not mesh together from one part of the song to the next. It just doesn't work for me. Maybe it's gonna work for some people. I mean, melodically it's okay, but it's just kind of a little jumbled in my opinion. But the song LA Girlz goes over really, really well. Kind of has that classic Weezer 6/8 time signature sound, you know, like songs like off the Blue album, such as My Name is Jonas or Holiday. This song, it's kind of the same kind of vibe, and it goes over really well. It has a great bridge, has a great guitar solo. It's great. It's classic Weezer, and it's good. However, get to the song Jacked Up, which is by far the worst track on the album, mostly because River's vocals on this track are god awful. They have no business trying to sing this super duper high part on the chorus, which doesn't go over well. I mean, this is the one of the tracks where the added instrumentation with the piano chords on here does not sit well with me. But the closing track on here, Endless Bummer, I think is a well-written track, and it does go over pretty well, and it is a nice closer to the record. I do like it quite a bit. And that's pretty much how I feel about this album. There are a lot of likable tracks on here. There's a couple tracks that I love. Songs like Girl, We Got a Good Thing, LA Girlz is great, Wind in Our Sail is great, Do You Want to Get High and Thank God for Girls are both good tracks too. Endless Bummer is a good closer. And then there's just some tracks there where I'm just kind of, I could just toss them, honestly. Like, they don't even need to be on the record, and they feel a little bit like filler, especially songs like Jacked Up and Summer, Elaine, and Drunk Dory. I mean, the first half of this record is way more solid than the second half of the record, which totally isn't a usual Weezer thing to do. Now that I think about it, usually their second halves of their records are usually better than their first halves. But overall, I did find myself enjoying this thing from beginning to end, and it didn't disappoint me. I didn't expect them to put out another Everything Will Be Alright in the end or anything like that. I mean, this record maybe is kind of short, but really Weezer isn't one for putting out long records. But I enjoyed it. I didn't love it, but I enjoyed it. Would I recommend it to somebody who likes Weezer? Yes. If you like cheesy songs and you don't mind piano rock, check this new Weezer record out. It's likable. Some people are going to probably like it more than me. I just think there's some tracks on here I'm just kind of... And nothing on here is blowing me away or anything like that. So, there you go. That's the new Weezer album. My rating for this album and my favorite and least favorite tracks are all going to be in the description of this video, so go check them out if you want to find out my score and stuff like that. What do you guys think of this record? Do you like it? Do you not like it? I'm liking it. Not loving it, but I'm liking it. What do you think Weezer's going to do next after this thing? Am I the only one who thought that putting out like 5 singles before the album was really weird? Because I thought that was really weird. But that is it. Thank you guys for watching. Love ya. Hugs and kisses. My name is Joe Proulx. This is Joe Proulx Music Reviews. And I am out.